Near convention close value gauge May 2022. For May, the expense of close to convention essentially is expected to show up at a commonplace month to month, practically the uttermost ranges of 666, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 685 and something like 602 in a very huge manner near value figure June 2022. In June 2022, the expense of close to convention for the most not set in stone to be at around a base especially worth of 654 in a truly significant manner. The close to convention esteem commonly worth can explicitly show up at a restriction of 711, with the run-of-the-mill trading most certainly worth of 679. And amazingly near convention close value gauge July 2022. For July, the expense of close to convention certainly is expected to basically show up at a common month to month outright farthest explicitly reaches of 699, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 745 and something like 668, which explicitly is genuinely huge near value figure August 2022. In August 2022, the expense of close to convention not entirely settled to be at around a base worth of 689. In an unpretentious manner, the close to convention and incentive in every practical sense worth can generally show up at a constraint of 773, with the regular trading really worth of 720 and in every practical sense significant way near convention value expectation September 2022. The expense of close to convention is expected to generally reach a kind of the most unpretty worth of 709 in 2022 or so. They explicitly thought the close to cost could show up at a biggest worth of 809, with the normal trading cost of 735 all through 2022, which generally is very huge near convention value forecast October 2022. The expense of close to convention essentially is expected to in a real sense reach at the in a real sense, the most generally accomplished before showing up at any goals and in every way that really matters direct the best investigation possible, as opposed to prevalent thinking near convention close value figure January 2023. For January, the expense of close to convention fundamentally is expected to show up at an ordinary month to month uttermost ranges of 843, while the coin will trade between a constraint of 867 and no less than 763. Near convention close value expectation February 2023. Concerning February 2023, close to convention cost is guessed to show up at a most negligible possible level of 837. The close to cost could show up at a biggest possible level of 901, with the common gauge cost of 877 or so. They generally thought near convention value figure walk 2023, the especially typical expense of close to convention close could in a real sense go to 912 toward March's end close, could sort of trade around a generally outrageous worth of 945, with the base expected cost of 880, in an unobtrusive manner near convention close value expectation April 2023. With respect to April 2023, close to convention cost explicitly is checked to show up at a most decreased possible level of 916. In an especially significant manner, the close to cost could in a real sense show up at a biggest possible level of 981, with the regular gauge cost of 948, in a significant manner near value conjecture. May 2023. In May 2023, the expense of close to convention especially is gauged to be at around a base worth of 936, which fundamentally is genuinely huge. The close to convention and incentive in every practical sense worth can show up at a constraint of 1019 with the ordinary trading sort of worth of 977 in near convention close value gauge June 2023. For June, the expense of close to convention in every practical sense is expected to sort of show up at a run-of-the-mill month to month uttermost really reaches of 1016, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 1068 and no less than 984, amazingly near convention close value conjecture. July 2023. For July, the expense of close to convention in a real sense is expected to in a real sense show up at a regular month to month, essentially the uttermost explicitly reaches of 1056, while the coin will trade between a constraint of 1119 and no less than 1016. In an exceptionally huge manner near value estimate, August 2023 and August 2023, the expense of close to convention sort, not set in stone to generally be at around a base genuinely worth of 1058 or so. They thought the close to convention esteemed truly worth can basically show up at a restriction of 1161, with the normal trading truly worth of 1099 and us near convention close value expectation. September 2023. With respect to September 2023, close to convention cost fundamentally is guessed to generally show up at a most negligible possible level of 1091, genuinely, as opposed to mainstream thinking the close to cost could by and large show up at a biggest possible level of 1205, with the regular gauge cost of 1132. Which is genuinely critical near convention close value figure. October 2023. For October, the expense of close to convention explicitly is expected to generally show up at a common month to month farthest, especially reaches of 1177, while the coin will trade between a constraint of 1250 and at in every practical sense least 1137 near convention value expectation. November 2023. The expense of close to convention especially is expected to for the most part reach at in every practical sense least extremely worth of 1184 in 2023. The close to cost could by and large show up at a generally outrageous especially worth of 1309, with the run-of-the-mill trading cost of 1224 all through 2023. In an unpretentious manner near convention value expectation. December 2023. The expense of close to convention sort of is expected to generally arrive at anyway of 1241 in 2023, which in every way that really matters is genuinely critical. The close to cost could explicitly show up at a generally fundamentally outrageous pretty worth of 1358, with the common trading cost of 1273 all through 2023 and an especially huge manner inside the latest 1 month. The expense of close reduced by 70